Chico and I have talked for years about the way we grew up. It was both highly suspicious. We met at a block apart. We talked about some of the stories. This is and as I think we'll all have to do tonight, I'm cutting out pieces of larger works. This is from something, it's actually a book that's been sitting around for a while at my house. I haven't tried to publish it. I'm going to try next year. It's called Limited Sight Distance. And there'll be something in the, I think it'll be the third reading tonight, where I talk about another thing about working with juvenile delinquents and some of the things I had in common. When I was a kid, I was in a lot of trouble. And I ran with a gang, although compared to the gangs I know now, it was kind of just a bunch of charming idiots. And this is something from that period. And here and there I'm going to have to fill in stuff so you get it, but basically in this particular instance what had happened was the guys that we called the gang had gotten a call. One of our buddies was pinned down by another gang in another neighborhood, and we all piled in a guy's convertible and went across town to kick some ass. So when we arrived, this guy's got his back against this the school building, and we approach him, we kind of circled him. He is thick, big, blonde, wants all of us now. It is summer, but he holds up a hockey skate to show us he will cut us. The rest of us are spread out loosely in the shade of the school lawn so that he and his three friends have their backs to the school wall so they can't get away. The guy's gray sweatshirt is cut off sleeveless. Some gang name is scrawled on it. His muscles are hard as gourds. Where he got the skate is a mystery. We surprised him and the other three, so it's not likely he was walking around with it. All four have odd smiles as if they want us to believe being outnumbered 3-1 is something they prefer. Cooper is there. Bobby is. I'm with my buddies, Billy Farwell's gang, and I am 17 years old, and we are in control. We're bad. People have heard of us. When we start, we finish. I am part of that reputation. The screwdriver I brought is standing out of my back pocket so it can be seen. My brother wields a squirt bottle, tapping it against his leg. He's as small as I am, but he has more respect among the guys because he is a smart, wise guy. I'm a loudmouth and therefore considered a liability. You'll find this shocking as the night goes on. Do something, the big guy barks. He wants to hook. He's so anxious, in fact, we hesitate. More of his boys could be around. This is not our neighborhood, but theirs to terrorize, and any of them could be packing a gun. He wants some. He looks at me, too. Hitting people's all right if you're mad enough or scared enough to do it hard or hurt them good, and I can box, but I can't get mad for long. Not if I've got time to think about it. The guy smiles, sensing the edge. You guys gonna start something or not? Ricky, who we call the Kid, a virtual mute for as little as he speaks and known as a little slow on the draw, is our secret weapon, and he's hanging off to one side. Unassuming, not particularly tough looking, he's a homicidal jackhammer and cat blur in battle. A couple of us turn and we hear an almost whispered answer, sure, but not the big guy, who is watching us when Ricky floats in from the guy's blind side in mid-swing. I don't recall now if it was a tree branch, a bat, a stick, but it didn't break. Taking it down the head and across the neck and shoulder all at once, the big guy buckles. Must have been 3 others got their fist in his face before he went down completely, but he went down hard without swinging. And then there are other things that happen in there, and it'll be important to remember Cooper and Bobby in this, my 2 close buddies. At this point in the fight, I am winning a fight here. I want witnesses. The guy's hair that I've been punching looks like a mohawk, so he was a grease ball, and when I hit him, his hair kind of stood up like a coxcomb. I fake, he throws his hand over, opens, and I hit 2 or 3, and he loses balance, stumbles backwards, ludicrously pinwheeling an arm for something to hold, but there's nothing, and he collapses vaudeville style, a pratfall at best. It is a new era. I win fights. I kick him in the side of the face. At this point, Bobby, my buddy, who was always my hero, still actually is, got chased off by a guy. The guy was trying to hit him with a pipe, so they went down the street and kept running. Bobby was very fast. Came in handy. Which was when the era ended. The guy looked up at me. I have heard war accounts of glancing instants when the inanity and wanton brutality aligns, and you face in someone's features your own disturbed innocence, the injury to their pride, which ironically reveals to you a private vulnerability that frighteningly links you to them. I reached down when I saw the look, and I pulled him hard by the shirt, but he wouldn't come up. He didn't want to fight anymore. And I didn't. I really didn't. But I grabbed him by the back of his pants, and I dragged him out on the street. and over to a chain link fence, and I tried to ram his head. It's about, you know, I mean, this is, I don't often write autobiographical. When I read this stuff, it still makes me kind of laugh because I can't believe I'd lived like this. It's about the most unkind I can remember being to anyone. I never had much of a chance, of course. Keaton beats up Chaplin, that's what it was like. Me fumbling with the scarecrow and hysterical hair, running him uselessly against a rusting span of wire with a good 2 inches of give intending, I can only guess now, to make him take that look off his face. Even now I can see him fix me between drags, now half out of his shirt, a certain violated curiosity that said he would not fight me, and he would do all he could not to give up any more to me. But what did I want? Bobby came back. Don't, Timmy. Bobby ordered me, even while he was appealing to my better nature about a number of things. Bobby knew my heart before I did, and I was done anyway. I never wanted to hit anyone again. So now this is another part of the piece, but Cooper and I talked about it, that fight, all the fights. We marked time, as many people do, watching traffic, retelling the exciting events of our lives when something had been on the line, when we acted swiftly and with extreme prejudice, the times we won. The time was Vietnam. My hair was getting longer and I was thinking about college. I was thinking about it as if it were an exciting event in my life, which was hard to construct since I couldn't imagine much outside my neighborhood. I don't know where I got the audacity, since no one in my entire extended family had ever gone to college. Cooper, like most of my friends, had no such plans. So his hair, which he drew out with a comb for every time he stopped walking, got out of the car or lit a cigarette, was high-waved and cut tight and short around the ears with a chintzy hint of sideburn, because we had all wanted to look like Elvis Presley before the British rock arrived. Coop usually had a toothpick or a match working in his mouth. He looked like a cynical short-order cook he would probably end up being. Since no college would take a dumbass like me, he said, he considered enlisting in the Navy. Everyone I knew contemplated enlisting because they knew it was inevitable they'd be drafted. No one was rich or particularly smart. They'd also serve less time if they enlisted. But Coop was going to turn 20 and I was now 18. Coop said he wanted a job anyway, a real one. Don't have to be a lot of money. He wanted to have a place, some things, a girl. When we were younger, we talked about the perfect girl, and we fantasized about that now. Cooper was deeply involved at the moment in cigarette gymnastics, trying to lick his shortened cigarette and roll it out slightly into his mouth, still lit. The cigarette dropped. Shit. He picked it up, patted his kinky, unmoving hair, which resembled an ocean well or a wooden puppet's carved waves. The cigarette fell again. Come here, you piece of shit. Even if you just watched them, I added, they pay good, and I was talking about the fact that his father could get him a job washing buses for Detroit. He broke on me with that Cooper stare that always made me feel that he was smarter and therefore could take me. We never punched it out, but I was resigned to it. He had long, deceptively quick arms. Most of the time I felt like nothing, like a piece of shit. He squashed the butt on the sidewalk. My old man wouldn't piss on me if I was on fire. And this is another part. Then Cooper said he had been seeing a girl. I thought I would know something like this. Cooper liked her a lot. He'd been down her basement watching television and feeling her up and going to summer church carnivals and ball games. So Coop wasn't feeling so bored. I was going to lose him too. I had begun balancing on a parking block when he mentioned it. I held one leg out, the tightrope walker. You'll probably be my best man, he said. Shit, I said, if you pay me. I was looking down. I couldn't look at him right now. I slipped off the block. The military refused Cooper because of a childhood case of rheumatic fever, and he started to work at Michigan Bell downtown. In the late fall, Bobby, Billy, Rick, and Ron left for basic training.